Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. Actually, I don't want to tell you the story. I need to tell you the story. I don't like pity, so I don't often deal with this because it often elicits from folks not empathy but pity, and pity is one of those things that just starts sucking energy out of the room. Pity is what you do when you feel ashamed for someone, and so the response to shame is pity rather than from a place of pride, the response is usually gratitude. And I like gratitude. Anyway, I have MS, and there are some days that are fantastic. Most of my days are fantastic. I live in my heart and my head, I don't live in the pain. And some days are amazingly painful. And that was one of those days this morning. I woke up and I could barely move and I could barely breathe and I couldn't roll over. And I prayed myself out of bed and I stood on the floor, and even the heels of my feet were inflamed with pain. There was so much pain. And I tried to move around, and it was just so much pain. I picked up something and immediately dropped it. It was just pain. And I began to pray, and there was pain. And then something said, "You know what to do." And I do know what to do. The thing that helps get me through that kind of pain is exercise and more pain. But I'll be honest with you, the painful days are so much better than the days when I feel nothing, when it's just completely numb. I did my routine of making my bed, which requires that I walk around it back and forth several times because I can't reach all the way across. And there was so much pain in making that bed, but it is an act of gratitude. It is an act of prayer. And the more I did that, the more I realized I'd be able to move. I started in on my exercise, and by the time I got to the floor to do the floor exercise, the pain had subsided. By the time I finished that and got back up, there was no more pain. It took 25, 30 minutes to get rid of that pain, but sometimes when we're in pain, it is so excruciating that you can't do anything. And you forget what you need to do to keep going. I thought I would have to tell the story downstairs today, that surely I wouldn't be able to make it up those stairs. And as I walked up this morning, there was so much gratitude. But the pain is so much better than the numbness, those days when I'm feeling absolutely nothing. I think we moved past pain with COVID and we're now in numbness when we're feeling nothing. And the smallest thing that is required to do is that thing that we don't want to do. I remember when I was living in the Virgin Islands, there was a professor, a biology professor, who also taught aerobics, and she was a beast. And there were hundreds of people who would show up for her class, and we'd be there just getting it. And we just, so much pain, like, ah. And she'd say, "It only hurts while you're doing it." And it's so true. And now in the back of my head, I hear, it only hurts while you're doing it. But we don't want to do the thing that's necessary to get us out of the pain. And we've moved into numbness. Listen, babies, this thing has gotten more efficient. There are fewer cases and more deaths. It's figuring out how to kill more efficiently, and we're not paying attention. We're looking at the pain that's caused by not being able to go to that concert or that reunion or that party or that wedding or that celebration or that gathering with hundreds of people. We're looking at all those things that we can't do, and we're whining about the pain. And the thing that we need to do to exercise some common sense is what we don't feel like doing, because the pain of what we can't do is keeping us from doing the pain of what we need to do. But it only hurts while we're doing it. If we all would work together to do what is necessary to get through this, then we can move into something better. I knew this morning that I would have to find a way to move, because I got to get on a plane tomorrow, and I don't want to. I have to. Everybody who knows me knows that I was traveling at least 3-4 times a week prior to this. You wouldn't catch me on social media. I was too busy doing the social. But I'm willing to do what I have to do so I can get to do what I want to do. Because what you don't want is complete immobility, where it's not that you don't feel like going somewhere, but it's impossible for you to get up and do so. Let's be wise. Let's move through. Let's stop with the temporary pity parties and move into gratitude, into strength, and into love. I love you.